Hello goblins, it's Chris, Eldritch Pipes. It's an episode of this week's Pipes. I hope you're all doing well. Before we get to the pipes, let's cover a few things. I'm smoking C&D's Carolina Red Flake with Perique, which is just great. I've been smoking it a lot this week and it's fantastic little. It says flake. It's really broken up in the tin. It's just barely a flake, but it is a kind of flake, I suppose. But it's just really lovely. A bit tart, a bit earthy, a bit deep, a little aromatic in that sort of like natural tobacco way. Has a kind of like incense-like quality to it. Lovely. Last week, I finished reading Adrian Tchaikovsky's Children of Time, and this week I finished Children of Ruin, which is the sequel. Just in time, because later this year he's releasing Children of Memory. And if you like your sci-fi, I really recommend them. They're excellent. Go find them. They're super cool. I finished watching Archive 88 on Netflix, and that was really, I loved it. I liked the first episode. I thought it had promise, but I had one or two niggles, but it didn't go down the rabbit hole where I thought it was going to, where it was like, is it mental illness or is it not? They just kind of like ditched that part in a way. And I was glad that they did. It just went further and further into the weird. It was just really cool. Nice weird vibe. Some great characters. Great acting. I actually went on to listen to some of the podcast of Archive 81. Funnily enough, it's very different. I suppose the story is somewhat the same, but it doesn't really play out the same way, and it goes really, really weird much faster in a way that I didn't think was as good as how the show did it. But I'm still taking that one in at the moment. There's about 30 episodes of the podcast, and I've listened to about 11. So the first season and then the first episode of the second season. It's good, but it's a little bit on the nose for weird, I suppose. All right. Pipes. I've got 3 today, and the first one is a commission. The second 2 are available. I haven't had a chance to put these on the Instagrams and Facebooks yet, so they're available, and they'll be going out in social media tomorrow. So tonight will be your best chance to have a crack at them if you're interested. So the first one is the commission. And it is a Dr. Silence reading pipe with iridescent finish. Lots of really fine ring grain on this fellow. You can probably tell now, because like on the centre you got the green, then it sort of like refracts purple on this side. Not too crazy plateau. Not too crazy. But a nice medium light blast there. And this has the mother of pearl stem on it, as you can kind of see. It kind of refracts a little purple, a little green, depending on how the light hits it. This really kind of comes into its own in sunlight. You take it out in the day and it's like crazy. This is with black going underneath the iridescent finish. I keep meaning to try another colour under it, but I haven't had the time yet. So anyway, that's the commission. I'm just wondering whether to show you the odd fellow first or the... I'll have a sip of coffee while I'm thinking. I'll finish with the odd fellow. Let's do the non-odd fellow. Second. It's a Zulu. Let's see if we can get in there. So it's a black and yellow contrast blast Zulu. There's loads of little things going on here. One, it's a part plateau stem, part plateau rim, antique gold stem. You can see that there is some ring grain revealed there, but really it's the straight grain revealed in the contrast, which is really cool. And it's bird's eye along the bottom. So you can see that the straight grain's like pointing down, so it's on the bottom where the bird's eye is, and a little bit on the top of the shank. Isn't that nice? The antique gold is that's a really very warm gold. Finally, again, I was kind of keen to do something different. If you're thinking about of last week and the cryptid crustacean, this is in a different direction, so it's not something like that. I'll just show you. I'm calling it the creeper for now. So it nearly has the form of a cavalier, but it is not. So the draft hole does not go through with a relief bit here for your pipe cleaner or whatever. This is purely aesthetic. So a chocolate and green contrast blast on the bowl, but I left the creeper, vine, shank and shank extension as just chocolate and briar, as more natural if you like. Some nice plateau on the rim there. Little straight grain on the bowl. Well, technically straight grain, but it is kind of like curvy. The straight grain curves, people. And moss green stem. Quite a light fellow, this guy. And you do get the grain on the shank. Was it on both sides? Yes, both sides. So there you go, a kind of a unique piece. Again, if you're interested in either of those pipes, you can contact me with the email that I'll leave below, or any of the Instagram, Facebook, internet ways. All right, that's it for me for today. I'm not going to be back with Listen with Eldritch next week. That's on hiatus, taking a break while I figure out what to do after finishing the Magnus Archives, or at least going as far with that as I intend to. So it'll be maybe a tobacco review next week. You never know. All right, until next time, take it very easy. Your loyal pipe maker.